Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? So, I have the honor to talk about a show that I have been telling people, and I have also been told that the show was good, but now I have been the one passing the word and saying how great it is lately throughout probably the last four reviews that I've just been enjoying myself. So to think that your boy is really out here calling these outcomes, man. Like, okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys got to correct me if I'm wrong, but the swimmer girl and and her good friends supposedly are graduating, or at the very least they can't. Yeah, they have to be graduating because at the very least they can't win another swimming championship before they leave, quote unquote, is what the girl was sad about when she got them DQ'd. So that kind of that kind of put a little bit of a stamp on my first theory of like, oh, we're probably getting season two, and it's gonna be us in high school watching them grow through the season, through their whatever, like their actual progressions of just growing older. But then I heard that, and I was like, okay, that kind of kills what I was talking about, like that. That's it, like they're graduating, they're probably just gonna end it on the graduation. But no, we get all of this stuff popping off in this week's episode with no indication of, hey, we're ending. Like, hey, we're cutting it short now. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy type of deal. Like they were playing this episode played out as if we were watching episode 5, if we were watching episode 6. And I'm saying that because it felt like whatever we were just watching wasn't really going to be the end all be all in the first freaking place. Like, and I love that. I honestly love that because there's shows out here that, like this one, they aren't action based. They aren't, clever with, oh, this character's gonna leave an ultimate trap card, an activated trap card 7 episodes down the line because he set it up. Like, no, it's something much more simpler and much more to the point of a kid trying to, and at the same time seeing and being envious of people around him who already know, I want to do this, but I can't because of this. And that's the only reason why he's helping these people. That's the only reason why he's stepping out of his way to really, figure out just how to get them in a better position to follow their goals. And then this week's episode gives us the clarification that he honestly doesn't know what his goals truly are or what he should set them to truly be. And that is where it comes down to like, okay, so we're probably going to find that out through all of this. Like, he's probably going to become a teacher. Like, let's be honest. He's probably going to become a teacher. All the girls that he taught or that he helped are probably going to just come back and visit him and good stuff like that. But I don't know. It feels so fun to watch a show that you honestly didn't have any expectations for, and then now after it's ending, all of a sudden it could have so many different things pop off. So I don't know if anybody's like cares, for this show like that. I know there's probably one person that cares like I do to see where it goes after this, but that's the main reason why I love to talk about shows, and that's why I love to see these things play out. Because on my first channel I ever did too was a show. There was a show about a horse girl who just like raced. That was like the whole point of the show. But the problem with it was no one saw a future for it. No one's like, oh, this show's going on to do things. Like, nah, everybody's just like, okay, episode 12 comes, we're done. And I was like, nah, like they could easily do something. She's brand new and this and that. And it all plays out kind of how this is playing out. This show didn't look like a season 2 worthy show in the case of there's nothing popping off, there's nothing this and that. I saw a lot of reviews or like a lot of comments, old comments, I think, like on videos that I had left out for like a 6 days, 7 days, and then someone's finally commenting on it like, oh yeah, this show's, I dropped this show, but I think it's boring or something along those lines. I'm like, oh, well, if you stop by, you'll see the final review on my channel. Like that's not gonna deter me from watching this. Like, all right, I'm sorry that happened, but we out here. So with all of that happened, he pretty much just gets a little bit of clarification that he's important to like all of these girls. He is pretty much a big part of what they enjoy and, you know, grinding for in the sense of their schooling. And we saw just how like ridiculously bombarding they can be when it comes down to their studies and stuff, because they literally are just hassling a girl who, you know, might not even be as good as them in some of the subjects as well. I mean, I think she's a pretty good student. It's the girl whose father is a cook. Her friend was the one getting bombarded with just a million questions like, oh, so help me study on this. Like, no, I'm not your tutor. I'll try to help, but I can't promise you anything. And then this is the type of thing that they're kind of highlighting as like, wow, like he does this, no complaints. And if he does complain, it's mainly because they just didn't do as well as they should be because of distractions, because of certain things that happen in the moment, stuff like that, that really just kind of behooves him. And like, what, you were doing so good and all of a sudden because you smelled a fart you didn't do good. You know, it's not, that's not actually happened, I'm sorry, but but you know what I mean. Like, something very trivial happens and they just lose all functionality to do good on the test, and boom, they fail. So I thought that was hilarious to include just how much different things he has to put up with, and then show it to a person who isn't, like, you know, really looking forward to helping them and stuff, and just how fast she was ready to quit. She was clunked out. So it's pretty cool to see how patient and well he's doing as a tutor for people who actually aren't good at these subjects. You know, it's really different if the people are masters at those subjects and they're just trying to figure out, you know, the ropes of it for the, you know, they're just trying to figure out the rest of the things that they need to know. But in this case, it feels like there's a lot they need to learn, and he's been doing his best and actually succeeding, including when we know there's a tutor or slash teacher that couldn't do it and gave up on all of them and told them to do the opposite of what they wanted to do, you know? So it's just stuff like that that really is fun for me to watch. And I think there's a show called like The Ultimate Otaku that I really recommend you guys watch. And I think because of this show, I will do a why you should watch on it, because it just reminds me of the show of like the ultimate teacher who can teach anybody who they like kind of guessing if they're good or not at it, and he could find out instantly by putting up like trials and stuff like that. So a show like that, and I'm pretty sure someone will be able to tell me the name in the comments. But I hope you guys definitely were enjoying this, because to think we're getting a second season, and to think my blue-haired goddess has probably just jumped in first place yet again when it comes down to stuff that's happened, right? Well, I guess not. He's seen the swimmer girl like through his phone in the bath time, so she still might be up there. I think that's another reason why he's so ready to probably be with her over anybody, is they've done a lot. They not only grown up the closest together, they've, oh god, Buff State, no. They've also just done a lot of stuff throughout this whole entire season alone, you know, like going around, getting caught in situations together, stuff like that. So it's getting hairy. This whole situation as a whole is getting pretty wild for our boy, and I can tell he's either enjoying himself or he's petrified to find out like what he already should know, and that one of these girls like him, and he just doesn't get it. He just don't understand yet. So as soon as he finds out, it's about to be a wrap for his normal life when it comes down to like, oh, you like me, so I gotta freaking change my whole entire like how I look at everything now. But yeah, he is the main character, and he's the one that really doesn't know what he wants. I mean, sure, he's gonna get this academic, reward thing, or the academic way of into college to be able to go into a good college by doing this stuff. But after that, once you get into college, what do you want to do there? Like, what is your actual goal to do and to come out? And that's still eluded him, and I think that's a really cool point to focus on in this last episode, to kind of tell us like, hey, our main character is the most unfulfilled when it comes down to actual like testing and stuff. Not not ladies. He's got plenty enough ladies to be fulfilled, but to think that he's unfulfilled in what he's actually going to be in his drive for to try to get overall is actually pretty nutty to think about after all this time. I just think teacher is the obvious one, and I think something like, I don't know, advisor or even principal or stuff like that could happen, but I just see him as straight up hands-on, like tutoring type of teacher or something along those lines. Like, call this guy and he will pretty much guarantee that you'll have average grades. But yeah, I really did enjoy this season finale. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot more to come with these characters in the grand scheme of who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, when it comes to love, and then who is like, is all these girls going to graduate and do what they want to do, or are they going to have to actually follow just what they uh, you know are best at, and then do what they want to do on the side. I don't know. That's the things I want to see the author and the story play out, is what do they want their characters to do at the end of the day? What do they want where do they want them to be at the end of these shows? So, all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening. We have another show that has just ended. At least Demon Slayer was on episode 13, but it didn't end because we got 26 episodes, which I would love to have for this show. I mean, don't get me wrong, but you can't be a beggar and a chooser at the same time. Or you can't have your cake and eat it too. I don't know. One of the sayings. Take it or leave it. But with all that being said, I think we are safe to say that I'll talk to you guys tomorrow on Attack on Titan for sure. So I'll have Attack on Titan up for you guys as soon as I can get up, and it's already dubbed, and it's already subbed out, because I've seen a lot of raw Attack on Titan, and let me tell you, it's not as good as actually knowing every single thing that should be going on and guessing, so it should be very great soon. So with all that being said, I'll definitely talk to you guys then, and if not, I'll have some probably more videos to drop as well. So have an awesome one, and peace. Death from above. I'm just crushing meteors, nothing big. Prove that you could survive that hell. Oh, he proved he could not survive it. GG.